was the wrong screen that I changed to. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Long Road to Novigrad, a Witcher TTRPG mini campaign. The cameras look weird because things are weird. They're gonna get fixed at some point, just not right now. I'm gonna do the last time on because not a lot happened. The party are preparing their attack, if you will, on Crow's Perch. But to get themselves ready and kind of show themselves off to the bounty hunter that is traveling with them now, who offered them this job, a friend of Vidar by the name of Jebber. Show off the party skills to them. They decided to take up a bounty against some drowners, which definitely went well. 100% went well. No critical hits were done whatsoever.
And we figured out how that works, so it's okay.
Yeah. But rather than starting right off there, I do believe a healing spell was done on anyone injured, so everyone is at full as we kick off back in the village of Midcops. Your whole group together. Perhaps Vidar with some tongs, pulling out the armor or whatever that got lodged into your leg via the critical hit. Let me just... as you're kind of resting after the fight. Simple, without having to worry about loot or anything. I will tell you now, you're able to collect enough. You're able to collect a brain from 6 of the drowners. You're able to collect a tongue from the drowners, as well as, if my frickin' Roll20 chat will work. Here we go. You're able to collect 3 water essence from the drowners. I believe that is what that is called. Let me just double check. Yeah, essence of water from the drowners, as well as the 60 crowns from the bounty.
Which I assume is getting split between everybody, so...
But yeah, you all find yourselves at this kind of outside forge. I imagine you probably borrowed the tongs from the forge to, pull the armor out of yourself. But you all find yourselves outside of this forge, with Jebber there as well, looking at the damage done, but knowing what you're all capable of now.
That'd be 15 crowns a person, by the way.
15 crowns a person.
Because I have money now.
You have
so many
money now.
So many crowns, only one head. What would you all like to do?
You mean other than tending to the wound? So, now that we came to an agreement, looking at Jebber, we need to make sure we plan out this distraction well enough to make it worth a damn.
Well, what do you have in mind? Yeah, I've already suggested you're a witcher, and you could probably just walk right in.
There's that. There's also the idea of potentially setting a large distraction with a fire nearby.
Distraction, you say? See, I like this idea of the distraction because I find that when you walk right into anything, it tends to be right into blades, which I would like not to do.
Especially when you're a witcher. You're the most easily determined fall guy if they're looking for someone.
These days we're still not very liked, so...
But a witcher can get up close and personal if they just let you in.
That's a big if. And if your target is as foolhardy as he might be, I don't think he'll give a damn.
Plenty of monsters around these parts. Surely they have some sort of problem.
Really, they don't care as long as they can get coin off of people. I mean, there's very few reasons for somebody to put a bounty on someone's head unless they were a problem.
Yeah, and this one's a problem. Being a little bit too violent. Someone up high wants him gone.
Too violent in what way?
Well, the old Baron would take a hand if you stole, let you go after. But he was also a drunk who didn't care too much. This new one's been hanging people, putting them to the block. And that set me on him.
Yeah. Regular old tyrant.
You know what tyrants have? Problems. Problems that a witcher might solve.
Or consider the Witcher's the problem.
That could be the case too. But, and he kind of looks at the group, I think if anyone's gonna get through those gates without issue, probably be you two, and he points to the priest and the witcher. No offense to you two, and looks to the two mages and says, mages are almost a thinning number as much as witchers are. And I know more people to trust a witcher than to trust a mage.
Well, we don't have to speak too loudly about the fact that we're mages, now do we?
You're in a group.
He meant, like, towards wherever they were going, right? Like, it's easier to see a witcher coming than it is a mage. mage could just be anybody. I'm just a pretty bloke until I pull out my staff. No pun intended.
So if you were trying to get in, how would you identify yourself?
Are you saying that to Averan or to Jebber?
Yeah, Averan.
Averan.
Because either of us, we would probably just tell the truth. So, if you're not a mage, then what do you say you are?
I'm just some dude. Like, I mean, I'm sure people come in and out of their area all the time, as long as they're not, like, hostile about it, right? As long as I'm not a thief or a criminal. I don't think that who I am really matters.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't identify yourself as a thief or a criminal. That wouldn't.
That's a
very
given,
well.
of course.
But if someone were to ask you, sort of, what are you doing in town? What would you say?
Hit up the bar, see some maid.
How heavy of security are we expecting at the gates here?
From the short bit of recon that I did, obviously I haven't been inside, but from the outside, there's at least 3 guards at the edge of the bridge going into Crow's Perch. And then inside, any number is possible. Any number of the old Baron's men who decided to stick around.
This new Baron, did any of his men leave town recently?
I haven't been keeping track of them that well. They control this region. If any of them are out, they're out now, patrolling.
Just for my own edification, roughly what direction and how far out from this place was that scene of the massacre from the Leshen?
Okay. So Crow's Perch is about, I think I said about a half, maybe more than a half day's ride away from Midcops. Crow's Perch to the scene of the massacre is about a full day. And you are only 30 minutes away from that massacre site.
Gotcha. Did they ever reach about a half a day's ride out from here?
It's possible, but I didn't see any of their men while I've been here in town. I've been here for a while.
Well, if a large enough force was out, you probably wouldn't. We recently came across a band of bandits that were slaughtered, for lack of a better term.
Could have been
Leshen.
Could have been the Baron's men. Could have been just bandits. He does chuckle a little bit as you say that, and says, "All of you survived a Leshen. I understand the Witcher."
Yeah.
It was nothing special. I barely remember it.
I, the Witcher did sort of just handle it, if I'm being honest.
I'll admit the Drowners weren't my best representation. But that lesson seemed to have had, come on, brain, what's the word I'm looking for? Designs on me. Specifically.
So then some humans shouldn't be a problem at all.
No. But the thing with humans is that they're a bit more unpredictable. And the more numbers, the more unpredictable they become.
And I would agree on that. So, get in past the bridge. We can use your fame for that. And looks towards Vidar. Then we have set a fire. Or send in the Witcher. Is that what I'm getting?
Both. I mean, there's always doing a bit of both.
Yeah.
Easy to cause a bigger distraction when they're already distracted at the front gate.
That is true. How much do the rest of you care about casualties outside those that we're after?
Well, I figure most people are just trying to live, right? Yeah, not everyone's truly a monster to deserve to die. But we live in dangerous times. As long as the people that we're killing aren't helpless, I don't have any problem with it, I don't think.
I find the question itself is what concerns me.
I just bring it up to worry about the large fire plan. You have to be careful where you set the fire in such a densely populated
Yes.
living space.
I'd imagine that's why we would take careful consideration of the area. At least everyone else would, more than likely.
Is there potential for us to set fire to something that will create more smoke than actual fire?
Well, I'm sure if we wait long enough near the entrance, someone will try to go through with a wagon. If someone with a wagon tries to go through with something that's flammable, we can ignite it from a distance without anybody seeing. A wagon's kind of safe because what are they going to do? Wheel it away from the highly densely packed location, which will be a distraction in of itself.
But then you're hoping that someone with a wagon comes on by.
Right.
Well, I mean, a small location like that needs resources that they would have coming in and out all the time. So, I mean, I don't think we would have to wait too long.
It just does make us dependent on their timing. Trevor, what was your role in all of this again?
My role was to get in and kill the Baron. And if shit hit the fan, fight alongside all of you.
I only ask because if we're to the point of waiting on wagons, then why not have one of us be the one driving the wagon?
How many crowns do you have between all of you?
Well, I'll jump back out of the conversation if that's sort of if that's sort of what it comes down to.
I only asked because you could hire a wagon.
I mean, yeah, but if we hire a wagon, they're going to be seeking like more money from us later if we end up burning the wagon, right?
Do they have sort of? Do they have a something you sign for liability for the use of the vessel?
I'm not quite sure where you come from normally, but that seems a bit too highbrow for most common folk.
I would tend to agree.
Sure, they have a wagon around these parts if you all have the crowns.
Something may have come to mind.
What do you got?
You're looking to get in there, right?
Yep.
And we don't quite care how the inside ends up becoming, right?
As long as I get my target.
So, I'd always let loose a piece in the cart on the inside with a little extra incentive.
At that, I'm gonna put us on our be right back screen real quick so I can fix the cameras. Alright, we are back. The cameras are fixed. We have our full group here. And I believe just suggested was to put a beast in a carriage and then wheel the carriage in and let it loose.
I mean, at the moment.
If we do this, I propose us not renting the wagon and simply steal one. That way it's not traced back to us. We'll make somebody mad if we rent their wagon and...
It'll make someone mad whether we rent it or steal it.
At least if we steal it, then nobody will know who it was. In theory.
Unless you're sloppy.
I think we can manage one without being sloppy, unless you're in a rush. And I will look at our companion, who's the warrior with the ginormous sword.
I have time. The Baron's not going anywhere.
That's what I'm talking about. Once we create a diversion, are we just going to go in and massacre any of his guards that stay, or are we going to try to go in under the cover of darkness, put a knife between his ribs without anybody knowing?
Generally, with a bounty, you need their head, so...
I feel like the most incognito we can be on this mission is the better. The less we involve other folk who are not involved with the bounty, be they villagers or guards, the better.
Sure. You also have to question their intentions if they had decided to throw their lot in with this Baron. Who's decided to hang people for generally little.
I'm less concerned with judging them so much as I am with us escaping with our lives after the deed is done. I have no love for his mercenaries that he has at his beck and call, but if we can avoid the noose ourselves, that's much better for us.
I have no intention of making it more difficult on ourselves. I just have to keep in mind plans tend to go awry.
Yes. As fate would have it, things do tend to go awry. That's very true.
So yeah, we can rattle on this entire time about plans and such. But it's all about what happens when we actually put it to use and everything following that.
Why don't we start the journey to Crow's Perch so you can see what you're dealing with at the entrance?
It may give us a better insight.
Yeah, I support that decision. It's a bit of a walk, I imagine, for you guys.
Half a day from here.
Well, if it's all the same, maybe we pass on stealing the wagon idea. I rather like this little village. You found yourself a nice little place.
Don't necessarily have to take it from here.
I am trying to remember the guy's name. Is it
Jebber.
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 That was it.
Mhm.
Does he have a? He's on foot, right?
He is on foot.
Okay.
And he is going to start, he kind of sits up and starts to walk. And if anyone's still kind of sitting around, he does turn and go, "You coming or what?"
Right.
Finishes up tending to his leg a little bit and then gets to move on.
Right. Cinead, are you walking or are you riding your horse?
I'm riding. I was also trying to look to see the cost to get another horse.
A horse is 520 crowns.
Yeah, too expensive. That's okay. I think. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'll just maybe yeah, I don't want to buy a mule. Not at this point. We still have a long road to Novigrad. I don't want to spend that much money yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll be mounted on my horse though. Freya.
How much is a mule? Were you just looking at that?
Yeah, 200. An ox is 278.
Damn, that's a little bit out of my price range. I was gonna say that would be a good idea because that like counts as like, you know, having something to help carry me stuff, and then worst case scenario, that's food.
Yeah, I mean, I could buy one. I have enough for one, but I don't know if Cinead would, because he's been using Freya for carrying his stuff. But in to be sportsmanship like, I could buy one and we could share it if you guys all want to add a mule to our caravan. But I don't imagine a pack mule is very fast, and Cinead is more concerned about exfiltration after this mission than anything else.
They are their speed is only 5 less than a horse. A horse's speed is 20, a mule's is 15.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not a horse person. I don't even know anything about mules really.
Well, that's also
yeah,
the game rules.
Fair enough. It says right there, doesn't it? What do y'all think, team? Should we buy a mule?
I mean, may come in handy.
Yeah, I mean, what if we find loot at some point and we need to be able to like haul that, right? Like it could be useful in the future.
All right.
I mean,
Since
if we
I
don't
missed
right now, I'd be willing to help pitch later. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're good. I was saying that since I kind of missed the first part of the game, I could have been going off to buy the mule. So
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
You do find someone who's willing to part with one of their mules, and you can give them the crowns.
Okay.
And you now have a mule to your collective inventory.
I'll deduct the 200 crowns. I don't know if I somehow did my money wrong, but I have a lot of money. I think I rolled really well at the beginning, but I don't know if I could have rolled that high. I have over 500 crowns currently, minus the 200, so at 360 some.
You did get 15 from
that
the
makes sense.
drowners.
I heard that and I added that already, so that bumped me over the 350 just about, or the 550. But like, I have a lot of crowns. I could have done this wrong, and if that's the case, I apologize. But
I think you just have that many.
yeah, I think at this point we just roll.
I rolled insanely good at first myself for my starting crowns, which
I think
is
mages
something in
start
particular,
with
but-
like, I think mages
Yeah.
got like a really high chance, like they've got the best money out of the people that, well, I don't know, maybe the
Which is
the
very
merchants
funny
are-
on the flip side with the broke priest.
well,
I'm pretty sure witchers are pretty shit money-wise to begin with, too.
Cinead probably stole most of this gold, so
There you go. There you go.
the story behind the horse is he stole the horse. Oh, he found the horse and he's sticking to that story.
Yeah, found the horse.
Okay, so I'll buy the mule.
Okay. Buy the mule, come back to the group, head off towards Crow's Perch. You set out for the Drowners very early in the morning, so you get to another town about maybe midday-ish, you come across the the village of Claywitch, which is not far from Crow's Perch. You continue a bit further, and you do indeed spy Crow's Perch, which I posted a photo of it in our Discord. You might have to scroll up for it. And you can see it is entirely walled in on this little island in the middle of a lake. Or what would have been a lake had there not been a giant landmass. Entirely walled in, and there is seemingly one way in, one way out. A single bridge, which leads to a gate that goes in and out. And there do appear to be about 3-4 guards on the on your side of the bridge. Kind of just talking to each other.
I don't think we should approach them right away. I think we should try to finish up what our plan is. Unless the plan involved walking in.
So, just to get an idea, in this image I'm looking at, the bridge is the thing on the far left, correct?
Let me go back up to it. Need to find the image.
Or is it more towards the right? Only because looks like
The-
the one on
yeah,
the far left
the-
has a disconnection.
The bridge. No, that is indeed the bridge. I think that is an old photo, but that is the bridge that goes from the entrance to your side, and there's a gate at the end. Or there's no gate on your side of the bridge, but there's a gate to get inside of Crow's Perch.
Yeah.
Yes.
What type of gate is it?
2 large wooden gates. Or not large, but they're wooden gates that
2 wooden doors.
Yeah, wooden doors. Yeah.
Yeah, they swing open. Okay.
Mhm.
Huh. Looking at the map, and kind of seeing what we're facing, Averan would look at the rest of the party and be like, we could try to say that we were that one of us, whoever looks the nicest dressed or what have you, is like a merchant, and the rest of us are their guards or whatever, and we had a misfortunate accident along the road. You could say something like, I don't know, a Leshen attack or something. And we've essentially lost our cargo, and we've lost, blah, 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 blah. And we're essentially trying to, rest and regroup.
We have a priest with us. We could just be follower. Who is your goddess again?
Every time you ask that, I don't have my notes up. It's like, you time it, it's so incredible. And I forget her name every single time.
Nehelani?
Nehelani is her name.
Yeah.
Leilani?
Nehelani.
Neilani.
I don't know if she's a well enough known goddess. On the other hand, then they wouldn't know what traditions to look out for. That sort of thing. So, if you're all willing, it is an option.
It works for me.
Should name my mule Neilani. That would be insulting, I suppose.
It's insulting.
I should name it after a different god.
Not
I name
Right.
my horse after Freya.
Just spell it backwards.
Nehelani would be
Inilahane.
A bit of a mouthful for a mule name.
Who's data mid? The mule can be named later.
Jebber pipes up and says, "So we've circled back to just walking in."
How about you
Walking in with a good reason why.
I suppose so. Yes.
What would be common purposes for somebody to go here anyways? There's like a little bit of a village, it looks like, but does it have its own?
Roll me. I need to look at the skills.
Staff spears. Grooming.
Um,
Streetwise. Perception. Education.
Yeah, I think education would technically be, yeah.
Okay, let's give education a chance. Did that actually roll anything?
Yes.
A 21, my lord.
Um, 21. There are some shopkeepers within the civilian area. There are a few within the first set of walls leading into the Barrens area. And I'll say you've learned this from just, looking over the region in the past, maybe.
But does it have its own economy? Like there are markets and merchants passing through, or soldiers for hire passing through?
Yeah.
Does it actually attract that kind of stuff?
Yeah, because there is a flowing, there is flowing crowns through
Okay.
Crow's Perch. The barons try to make it as welcoming as possible. But in the first area, in the first living region, there are a few merchants. Within the first set of gates leading to the Baron's estate, essentially, you do know that there are notice boards. They also have an armorer within as well.
Okay, how about this is our cover story? I like the idea of it being a merchant that lost its cargo. So maybe, how priestly do you look? Or do you? I figure we don't look like mages. I don't feel like Cinead's dressed to the nines, like if he was part of a mage council. It kind of looks like just a wanderer bum traveler a little bit. I
don't look particularly priestly. There's a reason you
Yeah.
guys didn't immediately pick up on my vibe when we ran into each other.
So we could get away with just looking like a couple of nobodies, just who had been on the road, the three of us, and then Jebber and our Witcher, they could have rendezvous, just met up with us, and it's probably not uncommon to travel together when there's risk of bandits all over the place. So we could just go to the town and say that's just the next stop. You guys are looking for the bounty, and then we are coming to sell the last of our wares, this mule.
And it might be good to, if we're separated and we don't all look like one group, it's two people and three people are less strange than five.
I kind of like the idea of we're the last, the remains of the caravan, because then us being some of us being heavily armed or whatnot makes sense, because they were the guards. They're the last ones that made it through. They're ensuring that their score gets to somewhere safe, kind of concept, right? And it's that's why we're garden bro or whatever.
The thing is, once we get there, we almost have to have a presence, get another room in the inn type thing, and then at nighttime do a sneak attack to create the diversion, but have a base of operations in it, so that we have a reason to still be there instead of just fleeing right away. But
if our story really is that we were attacked on the road and we're the last surviving of like a merchant group or whatever, and they're like corresponding guards, it would make sense us just being like, we just want a room and we just want to rest through the night, you know, like,
And I could
go and
we can literally sell this mule too. just, we need the cash to. Or I could still sell Freya. I could sell the horse. But Cinead's kind of gotten attached to her, so he doesn't really want to do that.
This discussion's going on. Is there any kind of iconography that's being shown around from this Baron and perhaps his guards?
It's a good question.
That is a good question indeed. Let me see. Give me a I guess awareness.
Okay. Any mods?
No.
19.
19. There do seem to be some coat of arms. They kind of just on like a flag at the edge of the bridge. That seem to have been like newly painted. Like the paint is still kind of dripping. It is a symbol of let's see. Gonna have to share it on my phone, but yes, you do indeed see a symbol.
Only because I don't remember if you said so or not, and this is just me ruling something out, if possible. Those bandits,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that we came across, even though they were in pieces, did anything that was left over, say, I don't know, torsos or anything, have that iconography on their gear?
They did not appear to be. They did not appear to be flying any colors. I think I even said that when you found the bodies. They appeared to be simple bandits.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my story straight in my brain.
Mm-hmm. If this conversation was happening, Jebber would pipe up and say, "So, the three of you," and he'll point to Dorvic, Cinead, and Averan and say, "are merchants, and me and him," and will point to himself and Vidar and say, "we were your guards."
just clapped. Great idea. Genius.
Just want to make sure that's what we're going in with.
Of course.
I've definitely had to deal with worse as well. So, who's leading?
He'll just kind of motion to the three. They're the merchants.
I have a quick question, Pi.
Mhm.
While we're like, are we just stopped along the road talking before we like
I-
continue, or are we like walking and talking?
I'm imagining this entire conversation has been like after you passed through the village of Clay Witch you've been discussing. Or you could have pulled alongside the road like a bit away from the bridge and have discussed. It's up to all of you.
How far away is Clay Witch? Like,
You would have passed through Clay Witch to see Crow's Perch. It's
Mhm.
25 minutes behind you.
okay, sweet. I left my staff in Clay Witch.
Okay. So are you all beginning to approach the bridge?
I actually have stashed Freya, the horse, also back in that town because
Yeah.
I think I want to just be on foot with the mule.
Yeah, certainly. Okay. Which of the three merchants is leading the group? It sounds like Averan might be. But I could be wrong.
Whoever's better at talking.
I feel like that's effort.
Yeah, he was gonna be my vote for leader.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not Vidar.
All right. So as you approach the bridge, the guards do see you. They kind of stop talking and like budge each other. They don't have like weapons trained on you. You do see two of them. Well, actually, two of them have pikes, and the other just have swords on their sides. They don't aim them at you guys. They kind of clear. They kind of make like a shield against the bridge, and kind of like halt your approach. With one of them kind of stepping forward and saying, "Greetings there. What business do you bring to Crow's Perch?"
We are seeking refuge. We are a group of traveling merchants and our guards, the last that remain of a caravan. We were assaulted by a group of bandits on our way here, and we just need to like seek rest and collect our losses.
I will say, before we got up there on our way, he would have put his hood up to kind of shield the fact that he is what he is.
So are you hiding the medallion?
Yes, he'll probably hide as much of the fact that he is what he is at the moment
Mm-hmm.
until it becomes necessary.
Okay. Let's see, just looking.
Just for the sake of making things a little simpler until he has to complicate it.
Yeah. So, from Averan, you don't have any points in it, which is very unfortunate, but I'm going to give you I'm going to give you an additional, I'm going to give you a +4 onto this because you all are playing it up. Can you roll me Deceit, please?
You said plus how much?
Averan's going to get a +4.
Alright, that took me a second to find.
Under empathy.
+4, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Not 0-4. Come on, computer. 33.
Wow. Holy
Damn.
shit.
That's
That
what we said.
exploding dice.
All right.
That's a nice roll.
just real quick, I just want a Vidar. I know you have no points in it, but can you roll me? Well, you can either roll me a. Let's see here. You can either roll me a stealth or a sleight of hand. I do know you have points in stealth.
I'll roll stealth. Any bonuses or no?
I will give you a +2 on this.
17.
Let's see. $17. Okay. Rolling once for all 4 of them. The guard kind of says something to his others, and they all step aside, and he says, "Well then, welcome to Crow's Perch. You're safe here."
Thank you, kind sir. Thank you.
Could you direct us to the nearest inn or place of rest?
He points to one of the guards and says, "Follow him. He'll lead you inside. You'll find a place." And one of the guards with just a swords at their sides begins walking you all in.
Crow's Perch.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to Crow's Perch. As you walk in, the picture is what you see. There are plenty of thatch buildings. There are some outer markets, like people with like rugs set outside and a bunch of goods, like tiny little stalls. 5,000 channel points were redeemed to give a player advantage with specifically to whoever is hurting the most. No one is hurting right now, so I'm going to ask all of you, who do you think is emotionally hurting the most? Whoever is emotionally hurting the most will get the advantage.
Argument's sake, aren't I still technically dealing with the crit?
No, it was healed.
Setbacks. Okay, it was fully dealt with. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I feel
in my personal opinion, I feel that Vidar is emotionally hurting the most. He will not let us in on what is troubling him, but over the long lifetime of a Witcher, I am sure there has been many emotional wound that is plaguing his very being at any given moment.
While I agree with that, I think probably Averan should get it because he's our face.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's emotionally
Well,
hurting from.
I think Averan.
The risk outweighs the bullshit that Vidar doesn't really think about.
I think Averan just used charisma to convince the DM, though, to give it to Vidar.
Well,
And I think the player is telling you no, give it to the one who actually is going to need it.
if this is a democracy, I vote Averan.
Averan, you are getting advantage on your next roll.
Well, thank you. I am quite emotionally hurt and distraught without my soulmate, my grand crystal Saf, beside my very being.
Cinead's soulmate is
summon it whenever you want.
While we're in the town, there's a few things I'd like to do. I don't know if it's maybe just like speed through, kind of like just to say that we've done it. But Cinead would like to find the inn or the place that we could rent a room.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get a quote to sell my brand new mule, and I would like to generally walk the town and get familiar with its layout while eyeing it out and everything, particularly the castle portion. And I'd actually like to try to walk in there first with my mule, while still like if I'm trying to find things, so I look like just like a lost merchant if that's the case. And if someone pulls me over, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll take it back down. But that way I get in without hopefully attracting a suspicious looks. So that's what I would like to do, whether it's as a group or together, it doesn't matter to me, but those are the things I'd like to do.
All right, so that's Cinead would like to get a room, get a quote on the mule, and then head towards the castle area. What would Dorvic like to do?
And have a cookie.
Get that stuff handled. I might go toward the castle area first and just sort of wander and try to get the lay of the land. Now that we're in town.
Okay. Vidar.
He's probably going to be doing his best to keep an eye discreetly on the going on of the inner keep, like guard movements, any changes as best he can. You know, while trying not to stand out too much. If anything, he's trying to lean more into the fact that he looks like a Skellige warrior rather than a Skellig warrior rather than a Witcher. Which, you know, between the axe and the shield he has on it, he's wearing, is probably easier to convince.
Yeah.
So he's trying to lean into that while keeping an eye on everything, seeing what might be best to do something.
Okay.
It's
Lastly, Averan, what would you like to do?
Averan is okay. So the inn, is there like a connected tavern?
We'll say yes, and this is a proper like inn and tavern. You can get rooms, which
Right.
for Cinead, lodging an actual. This isn't an average inn room. You're not in this place is nice, but it's not nicer than the next city. So it is an average, or it's a cheap inn room, which is 8 crowns.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do 2 of those so we can have we're split up, and it'll be thanks to Nahaleni or whatever my new goddess is. So we'll support the one that's in our group. So 16 crowns.
Yes.
Okay. It probably would make sense to have at least one of our guards in each room. So however we want to split up. Dibs more like on the Witcher though.
Continue with what you wanted to do, Averan.
Averan would like sit down at the bar and look at the bartender and be like, "Hey, tender, may I get a drink?" Believe it or not, it's been a long road to Novigrad. And then he's gonna look around for. Sorry, bye.
No, it's good.
He's gonna
No,
look
it's good.
around for. He's gonna look around for the prettiest maid in the bar, right? And he's gonna send her a drink while ordering himself a drink. And he's gonna try to hopefully start up conversation. The point of this is less to be a flirt and actually to honeypot her and try to get information about what's going on in town.
Okay, so firstly, everyone roll me awareness.
$18.
1.
21 from Averan.
15.
15 from Dorvic.
15.
15 from Vidar. I lost one of my...
Does Averan need to redeem whatever that bonus was now, or can he
Nope,
hold it?
it can be held for whenever they get a roll that they don't like. So I'm gonna go in order. Okay, so Vidar, also give me a stealth, and then Averan, when you're back, give me a seduction.
That's a 20.
I'm gonna roll 2 awarenesses for the Crow's Perch guard, just to signify the amount of movement. And you understand that there's a specific reason why I'm asking you to roll stealth and why they're rolling awareness against you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not the eyes, right?
Mm-mm.
There's nothing abnormal about the eyes.
Of course not. What do you mean? Fuck.
Yeah, I don't think I even needed to roll the second one for context, because the Roll20 chat is not appearing in stream right now due to some weird issues. Vidar rolled a 20 on their stealth. The Crow's Perch guard rolled a 29 with a critical explosion.
And the second die on the crit was a 9, so it's 10 plus 9.
Yeah.
Plus 6 plus 4.
So, in order, Cinead, you get the rooms. You get a quote for your mule, which is a little less than the asking price of 200, but not by much. You're given about, let's see, mule's 200. You're given about 180 crowns.
Yeah.
If you want to sell.
Yeah. He'll be like, thanks, but let me think about it type thing. I want to hang on to it for a little bit, and then I'll go check into the room.
And then you're able to make your way towards the inner castle bit, or the first castle bit, which there is another gate with 2 guards at front, which kind of simultaneously for Cinead, Vidar, and Dorvic, as the 3 of you kind of approach this gate, with 2 of you heading behind, but Cinead more in the front, because you said you're going up with the mule. The guards do pause and ask what you're coming through for. This seems more similar to the bridge. They're not preventing you from entering. They want to know why you're entering before they let you.
I'm just trying to find a better Staples and Inn if there's anything better than what's down there.
Give me a persuasion.
I might not be seeing a persuasion skill.
It'd be under empathy.
Oh, okay, found it. Skill 8, fumble by 4.
So that is a fail. So for Vidar and Dorvic as well, you see the guards stop Cinead and say, no space for a mule through these gates. Only the personal stables. You won't back down.
That's the only one? Can I use this as an opportunity to distract them so the others can just walk by?
So the guards are on either side of the gate, and it's a gate in the middle. So you're kind of talking to one of the guards, rather, like, the guards have not come up to you. Like, they're at their post and talking to you.
Okay.
They can certainly try to stealth by if they want.
Well, up to them. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm going to get the mule to, like, sort of turn around. I don't mind trying to amplify it to be a distraction, but if they don't need it or don't care, then I'm just going to just go to the thing. I'll skip that part then.
If
as long as I get a
Vidar
meal.
or Dorvic do want to try and walk past the two guards, I will ask for a stealth, and I'll give you a +2 bonus.
I'll do that.
Sure.
Just kind of go through the way you would pass a stalled car on the road. It's like,
Miniman.
15.
15. I'm going to roll 1 awareness for the guards at a similar bonus, but a negative this time. I'm going to roll them at a -2. Wow, they still got a natural.
Fuck's sakes.
They got a 23.
another 10 plus
Yeah.
9 on the explosion.
And that's with a
These
-2.
They're worried about these guards are on top of things.
Yeah. So as they kind of walk up towards you, Cinead, as you're kind of turning around, like struggling with the mule or feigning struggling with the mule, they kind of come up to push you on your way. They're not actually pushing you. They're not threatening you, but they're pushing you on your way. You know what I mean? They spy the priest, or the priest who doesn't look like a priest. And
the priest who's about to come into a lot of money, apparently.
yeah, and
Oh,
the Witcher. One of the guard most closest to you, Cinead, kind of keeps getting you on your way, where the other guard spies the two of you and says, Alt, what's your business? What do you need inside? Probably stopping Dorvic first, because I think, you were the first to come up here, and Vidar's a bit behind.
We were new to the area, and often you're meant to introduce yourself to the leader of your community. We were intending to pay respects.
Do you
His head on his shoulders.
have persuasion, Dorvic?
Do I?
Yeah, empathy.
I do not have persuasion.
Okay.
Pretty hard to find persuasion
Uh,
around here.
I will. You can still roll it with Vidar's, and I'm here to keep his head on his shoulders. I'm gonna give you a measly +1.
Okay. Okay, empathy. Okay. 14.
14. Okay.
I love rolling kind of medium number.
The guard does say, we'll let you inside, but you can't go see the Baron. I'm sure he appreciates the respects and the well wishes, but he is a busy man. But you can head on through. And then he turns and looks at your so-called guard and sees the eyes. And looks at you, Vidar, and says, "You though, you're a Witcher, yes?"
I would like to use a subtle intimidation for him to keep his mouth shut,
Okay,
if possible.
sure.
I'm gonna keep going and not try to get caught up in
Mhm.
the situation and see if even if he gets stuck here, if I get thrown in.
Considering we're not actively looking to make it known unless it has to be. So I'm just gonna roll my intimidation.
Okay.
I'm assuming no bonuses.
Oh, well. I was gonna give you a bonus, so I'll kind of give that a free reroll because I was in the middle of
Okay.
saying just by being a Witcher, I was gonna give you an additional +2.
Okay.
For
thank you.
context, a very bad fumble was rolled.
Oh yeah. I will wait for that confirmation in the future so this
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
happen.
That's on me though. I was in the middle of. I paused a bit.
No, you're fine. I should have waited. That's a 17, by the way.
17 is much better. Just want to look at something real quick. Just need
And
to
if
look
I
at-
have to, I
Mhm.
will make a muttering of those who tend to talk too much risk losing their tongues.
Mm. They do. I'm gonna roll a resist coercion because I think that is done to kind of like not be intimidated. And he's kind of in his home court advantage. I am gonna give him a -4, which nullifies his base stat because you're a Witcher and he recognizes you as a Witcher. Unless, all of his dice explode. Nope.
No, that's a 1.
So
Time.
he does stop talking and says, apologize. He kind of drops to a whisper. You're welcomed in. All I mean to say is that if you're looking for work, the Baron wouldn't mind your presence.
Like give a slight nod and then move inside. After Dorvic.
We're gonna jump to the tavern, which Averan,
Yes.
you do need to, if you are buying 2 things of beer, essentially, it is 5 crowns each.
Okay.
Which the barkeep, as you say, it is still a long road to Novigrad. He does say, so you're going to Novigrad, eh? As he's pouring you the drink.
For business for a little bit, nothing through really, not really staying for long. Not even really the end destination, just kind of a joke these days.
Well, you find yourself careful. I got family in Novigrad, and they tell me it's shite.
Tracks.
He pours you the drinks, and probably he calls out to one of the barmaids. Hey, Molly, this one here bought you a drink. And a good-looking woman walks up to the bar, and sits down next to you, accepts the drink. The bartender does look at you and says, "Hey, don't keep this one too long. Yeah, still got a business to run."
Understood. Yeah, he slides over a drink and goes, "So, how's the town? Like, new around here?"
Oh, it's all right living here. Better than most of the villages that don't have walls around them.
Well, that's definitely a fair take.
The new Baron's a bit more heavy-handed than the old one, but he keeps us safe.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but a few of my neighbors have, haven't been home in a while. And I hear that some of the villages outside of Crow's Perch have been taxed a bit more than usual. But
Oh, that hardly seems fair.
I I find living here to be pretty good, though. A lot of business. Kind folk like yourself. She does the, shoulder brush. Slaps her hand on your shoulder.
The Osha.
Yeah. Very interesting folk come through here.
For sure. What kind of interesting has came through here recently? Other than myself, of course. And he kind of gives a chuckle.
She goes on for a while. You learn that a witcher passed through here not too long ago. Was the talk of the town, essentially, since the last witcher that passed through here under the old Baron. She says she didn't get a good look on him, though. He was very secretive, but clearly a witcher. And she tells you that because the guards don't know how to keep their traps shut when they get a few drinks in them.
Right. Oh, speaking of which, what else do they talk about?
Give me another seduction.
Sure thing. Oh, hey, look at that. Submit. It was waiting there. Can I re-roll that? I think it's kind of a meh thing to use my re-roll for, but I want information.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's get our setup all dialed in.
I can't even. The notifications covering it. 17, better. Are you
17.
kidding me? Okay.
You learn that from Molly, the barmaid, she's overheard some of the guards talking about monster problems outside of the walls. That there has been a bounty posted recently, talking about some sort of creature in the night, which is why this witcher rolled through, which is why the Baron has been looking for witchers. Some of the guards as well have been called back to Crow's Perch. She doesn't know what for, because the Baron usually controls this region of Velen. So she doesn't really know why the guards are coming back, but she does tell you that she has heard that it might be due to some sort of ruckus going on in Novigrad, but she's not positive. She doesn't really have much more to tell you, any other juicy gossip, but she tells you what she knows.
Right. He'll, remain cordial with her, even when it comes clear that, she doesn't have much more to, tell him. He'll buy her another drink for kicks and giggles to, leave a good memory. And then, he'll be like, oh yeah, if you hear anything, curious, let me know. Love hearing me some tea, and then, we'll go back to just doing his own thing.
She says, will do. And as you kind of, whether you stay at the bar or get up to go do your own thing, before she goes back to work, she does give you a kiss on the cheek.
He doesn't say so out loud, but he's like, win. Haha, got her.
Back inside in the interior, as Dorvic and Vidar enter through the gates, you kind of see Cinead being pushed back as the gates closed. You're now in the interior, which you do see that there is an armorer working in this tiny half-open, half-enclosed forge, like it's under an awning essentially. There's also a merchant on the opposite side. You also do indeed see a notice board. Because it's medieval fantasy, the thing that kind of clocks for both of you, very interesting, especially for kind of like a high prestigious baron of the region. Most armorers would be, master armorers tend to be dwarves or men. This is a woman working the forge. And there is indeed, there's kind of like one of those, what are the walkways where archers usually stand on? There's one of those. Yeah, there's a parapet above above another interior gate, which leads to the castle or estate proper, which also have guards in front of the doors.
Good. So, when they're in a bit a ways where they're not going to be drawing too much attention, as in like they have some privacy, he will bring up to Dorvic. It seems the Baron has need of witchers.
Where's Jibber, by the way?
Give me an awareness.
It's not my day. Fumble again.
You don't see him.
Yeah, well, Cinead's not getting a good feeling about this job. Probably get to the inn and see Averan getting a peck on the cheek, and it's like, damn it.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
Go on, Vidar and Dorvic.
I love the idea that these grown men are so excited about a kiss on the cheek. I'm so jealous.
Listen, in a thankless world that is The Witcher, if you're not getting paid in crowns,
You better be getting your kisses in. Anyway.
Oh man.
All right. That is concerning, but doesn't seem immediately like a problem. Unless you're expecting to. The odds on another Witcher showing up while we're here seem low.
Except there has been word of another one being around, so.
Well, I suppose we better keep an eye out. Though that could, if he's just looking for Witchers at random, that could be a way to get your foot in more doors.
That's what I was thinking, however. They'll kind of like motion towards the board that's in there. Getting more information may the wiser decision.
I think you revealing yourself can be a future plan if other things don't work out. Once that cat's out of the bag, we can't really put it back in, but we can hold on to the bag for now.
Depending on how long some decide to hold their tongue. However, he'll start to make his way over to the board to see if there's anything of note that may very much draw his attention to understand why this Baron might be interested in services of Witchers.
I'll trail after. I'm just kind of like looking around, trying to see what the vibe is around here.
Both of you can give me awarenesses again. A lot of awareness, a lot of being aware of your surroundings.
Any modifiers?
Yeah, I'll give you a +2 because you're a Witcher looking directly for Witcher information.
Could
You know,
I?
thinking about it now, I'm sorry for interrupting. It would have been so funny if you would have just hugged that guard and whispered, "No one will ever believe you." It's like, a Witcher hugged you? Yeah, sure. Get out of here.
Could I argue Witcher training for that?
Yes, you can.
Would I get the same modifier?
I will say yes.
Okay.
I got an 18 for my just general awareness.
That's 20.
18, okay. 18, kind of checking the vibes, Dorvic. I mean, it's calm. Nothing is directly happening. You can hear the hammering of armor, going on in the background. Guards talking to each other. I'll say with your awareness, you do overhear, we'll say, some of the guards talking to each other about the last Witcher who came through. Specifically, the tone of how they talk about this Witcher. Most people would call Witchers a freak or freaks, but they seem off-put by this one.
Like even more than one might expect.
Yes.
Interesting.
So you get nothing in the general area is wrong, or it seems rather normal, but the overheard conversation about this other Witcher is something of concern to these guards.
I think he's a little tricky.
Yeah. As you look at the board, Vidar, there does, there's your usual, bring supplies to the smithy, 40 crowns, help me move some boxes, from an old man down in the civilian area. There are 2 bounty posts that catch your eye. One of them has one of them's kind of like stamped, almost as if it was claimed, which does talk about a creature in the night. That the bounty posting is simply creature in the night. The details are semi-vague. Some of the Baron's guards were dispatched to a small village. They didn't return in time, or that they haven't returned from their patrol, and so the Baron himself set out a rather large bounty, but at the end of the bounty, it specifically calls for Witchers. It is not your usual bounty. It's not asking for bounty hunters. It's not asking for anyone. It's at the end of the bounty, it says, if anyone spots a Witcher, or, that's not what it says, but it basically says, should anyone see a Witcher, send them to the Baron. There's also a more...
4 Witchers,
Yeah.
but as a summons.
Essentially, like, the Baron is calling for Witchers, but it is also should anyone within Crow's Perch spy a Witcher, send the Witcher. There's also another, and that one again is stamped like it's been accepted. Essentially, whoever is assigned to work the bounty board just hasn't taken it down yet. There is another bounty posting, for about, and this one is about, let me actually get you a number. This bounty posting is near 2,000 crowns. There is another monster bounty posting for about 900 crowns. This one's more generic. It says, caves or hills near near Lindenvale, which for bounty postings, this is like a centralized location. People will travel to Crow's Perch to put up their bounty post. It says hills and caves near Lindenvale, flying beast seen, terrorizing the livestock. Send help.
Out of my knowledge, does it sound like a griffin?
With your Witcher training, could be a griffin. You know that wyverns exist, but a wyvern this close to civilization would be a lot less likely than a griffin. You know about, cockatrice, they fly. And if it's a dragon, God pray for everyone. Or let me rephrase that. If it's a true dragon, because dragons do exist in The Witcher, there's a difference between dragons and true dragons. If it's a true dragon, people are dead already. They're dead.
Uh-huh. This never would have been posted.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll keep in mind that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the 2,000 crown one was the one involving the Baron, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Do you take them off the board?
Yeah.
You do?
Actually, how far out of the way is... Was it, you said... Lindenville or something?
Lindenvale.
Lindenvale. How far from here would that be?
If you have the interactive map open,
Sec.
and go to Velen and Novigrad and zoom in towards the, if you hide all the stuff and zoom in towards the middle patch of land in like a lake, you'll see Crow's Perch. And if you need town names, zoom in on the little green sign.
Okay. Okay, I see it now. Lindenville.
Yeah.
Lindenvale, sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't look too far from it. Not even like half a day.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll pull down that one. And you know what? He'll take the other one just as like a means of having a way in if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
More of a trump card to get in to see the Baron if they need it.
Yeah. Pull the papers down. You can see Dorvic kind of walking around, listening in to the sights and sounds.
He'll head over to him. Well, whatever it is that this Baron wants, he's willing to put down a good amount of coin for it.
Right?
This other one is a bit of a detour.
Seems like even what he's after might be kind of a detour. I'm just curious. I wonder if anyone here knows. I mean, if I lived here, even if I wasn't a Witcher and I saw that, I would be curious what was up.
Yes, and they were quite vague, posting about what happened. Hard to garner anything out of it. This other one to the east of us, on the other hand, could be a number of things. Some less likely than others. Less beta griffin. Most unlikely chance of it being a wyvern. But it'll become a problem eventually for everybody else.
Well, I guess if we wanted to just go talk to Baron, you could use this, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you enjoy not being recognized so much?
I've been out of this for a good amount of time for a reason. When people tend to drop out of favor, those who cause the most unease tend to be the first they turn on. And when they don't see much use for you, they tend to see you more as a threat than anything else. But the fact they started needing us again has only told me that the winds of fate's been shifting lately. Good or bad, it's up to anyone else's decision, but for discretion. But things have been changing.
I suppose if you're a tool, then things being broken that need fixed is good for your line of work.
When you're raised to be nothing but a slayer of monsters, and they start coming back out again, it means there's a calling for you again.
You don't seem excited, though.
It just is. There's no excitement in what it is.
Oh?
Besides, most people would claim that our humanity's burnt out in our changes. Suppose it makes us better killers.
When you aren't needed, what do you do? What have you been doing?
Suppose. Well, it was quite the way from Skellige to Whitechapel. Let's just leave it at that.
Right? I won't keep asking questions, but what would you like to do now? I think that
I know Jebber can be impatient. If it hasn't been clear enough from his
the general
Got it.
demeanor that he carries everywhere he goes. Yes. I think
I feel a couple tasks completed in one fell swoop. Gain us more coin for our journeys ahead of time, and make this, and he'll show that one posting from the Baron a little more easily believable, showing up with the head of a griffin or whatever it is plaguing his people nearby. It's a way of, was it you worded it, paying respects?
Right. Yes, paying respects to the Lord. This is a tradition in some places. This wasn't fully. Sometimes I say things that are true.
It got you in without your head removed.
See? All right.
And at that note of getting in without your head removed, the camera, one of the very famous pan out at the end of a session moments, the camera is going to leave the group in this interior of Crow's Perch, and it's going to fly through the fields and the land, through two gates, or two massive walls that have been, or doors that act as gates that have been crashed down and seemingly charred, walls that have been burnt, through a tiny little, not even a village, just like a rest stop for travelers. The camera goes inside what was once an inn, now burned down, into its cellar, down a ladder into complete darkness, where all that is heard is the clashing of a sword against claw, the screeching of a creature. The only light that is seen is the occasional igni, or the sparks of a quen blocking from a swipe, and then silence. No figure is seen truly, but eventually a figure makes their way up the ladder and into light. In one hand, they are carrying a head. A head of this dark gray creature with two bulbous red protrusions on its side, these blank white eyes, its jaw drooped open with a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth and two prominent fangs. The camera spins around in front of this figure, and all that is seen is a dangling viper medallion. And that is where we are going to end our session for the night, as we prepare our next guest player to join us, one lovely Mr. Arclight Court, as our
Huzzah.
next player, our next traveler on this long road to Novigrad. But I've been your GM. These have been my amazing players, and I will see you all in 2 weeks' time for our next session and see what the party decides to do then. But for now, thank you everyone for joining, and goodbye.
Bye.